this video, my top 10 favorite bands, and I'm starting with number 10, and it's Latifah. And my favorite song and album also, Feminist Sweepstakes and FYR, because they talk about feminism throughout the decades, and because they actually can do albums and not be repetitive, and they can be different, more original than Kathleen Hanna's previous Bikini Kill. And I love Latifah because they're so nice to their fans, and they actually care about women, and they're not like totally angry, outraged, you know, always political and stuff. And I love how they just are really nice, and they follow their fans back on Twitter. And Kathleen Hanna was so nice to me when I met her. And I like their music because I like the lyrics, and I recommend all their albums, except not too much their mixes. And their live album is really good. I haven't seen them live. I've talked to Joe online. I haven't talked to JD. I've talked to Kathleen Hanna and met her. And I love Latifah because they actually write all their own lyrics, and they only have like one cover, and they're more original than most other bands, especially since the 21st century. And my favorite member besides Kathleen is JD. And I know all their songs and have all their albums, everything they've released. And I have pictures and autographs from Kathleen Hanna. And that's all I have to say right now, because I've already made Latifah videos, so I'm not ranting how much I love them. And I hope to meet them again and see Kathleen Hanna in concert, and hopefully a Latifah tour. And next, favorite in countdown, number 9. This song's called My Spirit. It's my favorite song ever from my favorite album. There's also Dark Adrenaline, Lacuna Coil. My other favorite albums are Comalize, Karma Code, and Unleashed Memories. I love Lacuna Coil because Christina Scabbia is just so really real in her lyrics and original, and she's a really nice person. And I gave her a letter, and she took pictures with me, the whole band, and they talk to you, and you get a big autograph poster, and it's only $30. I have all their albums. I saw them live twice. Headline, and then I met them when they opened for Seven Dustman Cold Chamber. During that tour, during the Dark Adrenaline phase, it's called the Dark Legacy Tour, and they performed 2 hours, and then their finale was My Spirit, and they made this big speech about Peter Steele from Type of Negative and my top 5 favorite bands. And I love Lacuna Coil because they're all really cool to their fans. They write totally different than all their bands out. They're more original. They actually care about their listeners. And I love their voices and how they always have something new with each album to contribute, and how they actually are just real down to earth in interviews. And the first song I listened to was Heaven's a Lie in 7th grade, and I've loved them ever since, and I hope to see them live again soon and meet them again soon. Next is my favorite British band. Yes, they're like the most popular band who existed, but I still love them. And they are John Lennon / the Beatles. I'm a bigger fan of John Lennon's solo, and I also love Plastic Ono Band, and Yoko Ono follows me on Twitter. And I really love the Beatles because I love what John Lennon left in the world musically, but not personal life, because I've heard like some bad rumors, or some of it might be true. So I love the Beatles because of what they did musically and with peace and their whole message. And I love the Beatles because I love their voices, I love their talent musically and their instruments. I love the Beatles for George Harrison as well. And I love the Paul McCartney and John Lennon writings together. And I love them because they actually play their instruments, write their own songs, and because their sound. And they're actually way better than all the other overrated older classic rock bands. And my favorite song, that's not What You Shoot So Heavy, but my favorite album of theirs is Meet the Beatles and Let It Be. John Lennon's solo, I love his Plastic Ono stuff. I love Imagine, the album. I love Mind Games. And my favorite John Lennon solo song is God and Woman and Give Peace a Chance. Hey Jude is a really great song as well. Let It Be, Octopus's Garden, all their movies, and I have a lot of fan books, all their records, but on CD and a few vinyl, and my dad owns like everything they've ever done. And so I've been listening to the Beatles since I was like born. And of course I haven't seen them live, and unfortunately not even John Lennon. I know in my family has seen the Beatles or John Lennon live, which sucks. But I'll always love the Beatles because I love John, and him and Yoko were great people. Yeah, they're great peacemakers. And I just love how they actually want to spread a message of love. What I don't love is most Beatle fans, because they don't know what they're talking about. They're just like over crazy psycho. Like, I think they're so hot. But I love the band's music. And my next favorite is a band I just saw live and met for the first time, both. Number 7, 30 Seconds to Mars, Jared Leto. And I love 30 Seconds to Mars since 2003. I've been a Jared Leto fan since early 2000s and have all his movies. I just love 30 Seconds to Mars. They're just passionate and care. But their fan base, no, I feel neglected by their fan base, the Echelon. I don't really get into that. But I love their live concerts. I love how Jared talks to the audience. I love how this last tour, Love, Less Faith and Dreams, they actually did signings. And it meant the world to me that Jared Leto actually talked to me. And Tomo and Shannon had conversations with me at like a practically free signing as long as we had the CD. And I fucking love Jared Leto, his voice. He's my favorite vocalist besides Manson. I just love their albums, just keep getting better. Except overall, Beautiful Lies my favorite, but I also love This Is War and Love, Less Faith and Dreams. And of course their first self-titled album, I love it. I fucking love Hurricane, End of All Days, all their covers, especially Bad Romance and Hunter. And I just really love how Jared interacts with the audience and how he actually cares now to meet fans for practically free. And in their defense, charging $400 for VIP, they got sued for $3 million in a controversy I'm not going to go into by EMI Records, so I don't really blame them for that, except I do have to complain that they VIP even pre-show that they don't really, have like long conversation with their fans unless they pay the biggest VIP package, which is like $900, side stage access, and one-on-one conversation and review of the band. No, I think that's wrong, but I'm not entirely against them charging like $400 if they were sued for a lot of money. But I recommend no one meet them at like hundreds of dollars unless you have a lot of money. Or like, I recommend if they do signings, yes, buy the album. It's worth it. $13 and you get to talk to them a little, and it's worth it. And get autographs. And I definitely, Monday, next concert, I hope they do a signing and we'll wait by their tour bus if it's not a shady neighborhood, like the last venue I saw them at. And hopefully get a picture with at least Jared. And I love them. 30 Seconds to Mars is amazing. I don't like this alternative kind of music usually, but they're amazing. Next is a band I just discovered this year. And I met half of them already for free. Hung out with them like November 6th, obviously. Motionless in White. Okay, a lot of fans think the band's just hot. That's a great plus. That's not the only reason you should like them. I see mispronunciations, wrong lyrics posted all the time online. Most Social Night fans don't know what they're talking about or know their songs. Hit Me If You Want, but Infamous is much better than Creatures. And I also love the Horror and Will Not Let Destruction EPs, but most people don't know about those. And I've been a Social Night fan only a few months. Anyways, Cinematic's my favorite song of theirs. I fucking love Chris. I love Ricky just as much. I also love Devin. Balls is cool, and I miss Angelo. And I admire their new drummer being straight edge too, after being like a drug addict and now being clean. I love Motionless in White, and I just mean you meet Chris and Balls. And I fucking love Ricky and Chris because they're just so fucking sweet in interviews. Ricky kept hanging out with me and my friends when we saw them at concert November 6th of this year in Hip Hop. And Ricky and Devin actually talked to us, and they were by the tour buses too. And Devin actually took pictures with everyone and signed autographs for everyone. They're just amazing. And Ryan and Ricky are watching in this moment the whole time. And they're just so nice, but Chris didn't come out. But 90% of their career, Chris has come out to meet fans for free. And after, when they went back to Pennsylvania, Chris started coming out again for most of the rest of the tour. I love Motionless in White because it's empowering to be strong, and even though their fan base is the most annoying fan base I've ever come across, probably, I love them anyway because they just keep doing what they want to do, and their new albums fans like each one less, but you know, they don't care. They're gonna do what they want, not what you want. And I just love every album, every song, or track more and more. But Cinematic always been my #1 favorite song because it reminds me of so much heartbreak, and I can totally relate to Chris's feelings in that song. And I plan to meet Chris Motionless next year and hopefully like work for her, but I hope they headline, and I can't wait to that new album. And I just really, I've been a fan like 7 months, but I know a lot more about Motionless in White than most fans think they know. I know like even all their songs from who keep most fans don't even know exist, I bet. But anyways, if you're a Motionless in White fan, a Sam Manson fan, and you're a nice person and you're cool, or if you're just a nice fan of theirs, but otherwise, if you just think they're hot and stuff and don't know most of their songs, fuck you. That's why the fan base mainly annoys me. And that's my rant. And next is a band I never had the pleasure of seeing because the lead singer died in '94, which was one of the worst years ever because Justin Bieber was born. I hate him. Fuck Justin Bieber. Fave, Nirvana, fucking Kurt Cobain, my fucking hero, even more than John Lennon. Fucking love Rape Me. This song is such irony because people think it's about like a pleasure song, like ooh sex, blah blah. But it's not. It's about revenge against like rapist. And Kurt was a male feminist, dated Toby Bell, Bikini Kill. He was best friends with Kathleen Hanna. Kathleen Hanna came up with the title "Smells Like Teen Spirit." I have everything Nirvana except their new box set. I just fucking love Kurt, and they're just all amazing. Dave Grohl even, and a lot of people give the drummer bad rap. But he's awesome. It's pretty messy, whatever. It's grunge music, idiots. It's like grunge punk. It's not supposed to be like, it's supposed to be about the music and the passion. You know, and as long as you play your own instruments and you're trying, who gives a fuck? As long as your lyrics are good and you're good people, I don't care. And I love Kurt. I even love Courtney Love's band Hole. And I'm just so sad to meet Kurt because he'd always meet fans for free. And they always used to come to this club in Georgia I go to sometimes called That's Great. And they went to 40 Y as well with Bikini Kill and Mudhoney. And it sucks that I was too young. I was living in Texas when they were around. And then Kurt died. Every time I think about it, like read books about it and shit, articles, I legit cry. And whenever I think of Kurt Cobain was their music, I feel like crying, and I usually do. And I just really sick of the song "Smells Like Teen Spirit" and "Heart Shaped Box," but I love the more obscure stuff. All the stuff that the underground, unreleased shit that they release on their box sets are really good. And I just really miss Kurt Cobain, and I believe he was murdered, but I don't care if you think otherwise, because there's a lot of evidence, especially the gun not having fingerprints on it. Yeah, I'm sure he did it, especially when the government wanted to kill him. My next band is one I've loved on and off ever since I bought the soundtrack for Ride to Chucky in early 2000s, 2003 I think. I've been a huge fan of this song, still my favorite, Love You to Death. Type of Negative. I also love My Girlfriend's Girlfriend, Black Number One, Summer Breeze, all their Beatles covers, amazing. I love Type of Negative because their sound, they actually really try to sound different, write different lyrics. Peter Steele was a god because he actually fucking gave a shit about fans and never charged them to meet. I love his voice. I'm just gonna cry because Peter Still's gone. And I listened to them on and off from 2003 through 2007. Then I stopped listening to them. And they toured here in Georgia in the Masquerade 2008 2009. I didn't find out until after it happened because I stopped listening to them. And then I never got to see them live. And it makes me sad. And ever since 2010, when I started listening again right after Peter Still died, and I started listening again in 2010, and I was just really sad. Peter Still was fucking gone. In 2010, I fucking hated anyway because I dated this biggest idiot who broke my heart a million times and fought back with him. And when Peter Still died, I started listening again. I never stopped since. And by Christmas, I'll have the rest of their albums. I just really miss Peter Still, and I fucking love Typo Negative. And one day I'm just gonna go, like, and listen to all their albums all the way through. And from now on Peter Still's anniversary death and his birthday. And Peter, I miss you, and I love how you care about people, and I love that your band toured with like smaller bands to give them a chance, like Lacuna Coil, and I love that you and Christina Scabby are friends, and I just really miss him. And I'll always love Typo Negative, and I'll only love them more as the years go by. And I'm just gonna cry. Just mad that I miss Peter Still and Typo Negative live. Number 3, OTEP, my fucking goddess, OTEP Shemaya. The nicest fucking woman ever because she always meets fans for completely free, and she actually gives a good fucking show for so cheap. And she writes poetry from the heart, and OTEP freaking loves everyone that wants to speak up for themselves, that's like bullied and people that are put down. She stands up for people like that. Rise Rebellers is my favorite song. She gives these politicians their total tools, fakes. They don't give a fuck about anyone. She puts them on blast and gives them the hate they deserve. But for good reason, because they don't care about poor people, they don't care about women. People like Sarah Palin, fucking George Bush, all those other, I don't even want to name them all. It just makes me so mad thinking about them. Even though I'm not that political and I don't take a side, I fucking hate Republicans. And I just love OTEP for fucking voicing her opinion. And all the politicians that want to fucking take their time out to diss her on Twitter need to get a fucking life. Politicians shouldn't fucking be on Twitter, okay? And you should stop giving OTEP shit and stop hating because she's a lesbian and she's a feminist. Like, fuck you if you hate OTEP. If you don't have any respect for her, fine, don't like her music. But if you don't have any respect for OTEP, I don't like you and don't talk to me. And I don't even care if you're gonna be that close-minded. But I always love OTEP, and meeting her meant the fucking world to me. And she toured One Eye Doll, and they're so amazing too. She usually tours with good bands, and I met One Eye Doll that night too. And I always love OTEP, and I love how she cares about everyone, and she's a feminist, and I love how she doesn't like intentionally like throw out like controversy or angst without a reason, and she doesn't hate anyone, but she does have her points and her views politically, and she has a right for her freedom of speech. Living in America, being American or not, I think everyone has that right. And I'll always love OTEP, and I really wish she would tour with Manson. And it's sad she left her record labels, and I hope she comes back soon because I already miss her, and I want to see her tour again, and I want to meet her again. And now I'm in the top 2 bands that have meant the world to me since I first discovered them. Both of their most popular songs in the movie Rebel Girl, for one, Rotten to movie, and then of course my number 1, Manson, the song Tainted Love. That's how I became huge fans. And this was back when the movie first came out. And yes, Bikini Kill, number 2, best right girl feminist band, favorite female-dominated band of all time. And I love Bikini Kill because Kathleen Hanna is freaking amazing. Every song, every album is different, and she could go in all her feminist rants and actually be original and not repetitive every album and every project, every band. And I love Kathleen Hanna because she has a guy in her band, Billy Karen, And Bikini Kill writes songs from the heart, and they didn't have any covers really, and they actually care about writing their own material and writing together. And they are the dominant icons, feminist riot girl in 1990. And they're the best punk rock band to me because Bikini Kill actually thinks thought to write songs. They wrote songs that were different than the normal punk. Like, they actually included like women and like lower class level groups of people, and had rants about all the like things that pissed them off. I love Bikini Kill because their sound is amazing. Toby Bell's my favorite drummer. And I love Bikini Kill because they actually had really cheap shows, and they put on a fucking awesome show, and they always met fans for free. And I love Bikini Kill and always will, because every album they actually do something different, and I'm only tired of the song. I will go love all the other songs still. And Liar's my favorite because who doesn't want to like a song about putting liars on blast? It's true. And Compulsive Liars makes me sick. And now my number one favorite band in the world and my favorite song, and it should come as no surprise to anyone. This is an acoustic version of my favorite song in the world, and it's called Comb Whites by Marilyn Manson. And this, yeah. So Marilyn Manson is slash the Spooky Kids, number one. Eminem helped me discover Manson, and this was in 2001, 11 years old. And anyways, I became a fan of Eminem right before Eminem's show came out, and he had Manson on stage, and I'm like, that guy, and look, is so interesting. I'm like, oh my god, what's his name, Marilyn Manson? So I looked them up after, and the first original Manson song I heard was Lamb of God. And then The Beautiful People, the most overrated song I heard theirs first. One of their most overrated. And then the other, like, underrated obscure song that first I heard of Marilyn Manson was from Hollywood, the song Lamb of God. And I love Marilyn Manson and even the Spooky Kids because they can play their instruments. They actually met their fans for free for like 23 years. Yeah, up until 2012. Then in 2012, they met fans for free. And I just love like how most of their fans are nice and decent people. And let's see. I love Marilyn Manson, number one reason, because when I met him, he made me feel special and that I actually mattered. And after I discovered Marilyn Manson's music, and Counterclass was the first album I bought, my favorite album in the world to date, favorite song, Comb White. I love Marilyn Manson from the start. Like when I started listening to their own stuff. But first I saw him with Eminem, Manson himself, and I'm like, I like his voice, but his talk's weird. And I was like really close-minded Christian then. But I can say I became a huge Manson fan in 2003. And in 2007 I started feeling like, oh, I want to marry Manson. I feel that way for him. And Twiggy, I was stuck between them both for the longest time. And I get to meet Twiggy again next year, and I just can't wait. But October 25th, 2012 was the best night of my life because for $200 I saw them in concert in the decent seat, and I met them. $200, yeah, almost $200. It was like $180, and I got a seat in section 200. And big huge screens to watch the band, and Rob Zombie was there, which is cool because John Pop and Ginger Fish, my favorite guitarist and drummer. And it was just so amazing because Manson is the nicest person I've ever met. And when I discovered Manson's music and listened to Mechanical Animals all the way through, I stopped having suicidal tendencies. But when I met Manson, I stopped having suicidal thoughts. I gave him a Twiggy letters, and Twiggy kept hugging me. I have like videos of you already about this, and people are probably tired of me bragging all the time, but I just really love Manson, and some of the fans on Twitter are just amazing people, and even though I don't want to be part of any fan base, I feel more welcome at Manson concerts than concerts for any other band. And I've only been to Manson concerts, but I can't wait to go to more. And Manson, when I was immediately a fan, he wasn't touring much in the early 2000s, mid 2000s. But yeah, I miss Manson at Mayhem, and I missed in 2008 because of school, and I was only in 10th grade. But I love Manson, and I always will. And there's just so many amazing songs. Every album, everyone should be able to like at least be able to pick out parts of the song, or at least put the song in its entirety. They can like, or somewhere or another, even just Manson's artwork, anything. You have to find one thing you can respect if you look past the fact that they're not Christian and they want people to take care of themselves. And I love Marilyn Manson the most because Twiggy follows fans on Twitter, follows me too, and he actually talks to you online. He cares, and he hates taking your money even at conventions. And I can't wait to meet Twiggy next year, and I plan next year to be the second best year of my life, but 2012 was my first favorite. Marilyn Manson name, Take It Off Your Serial Killers, all our interviews, quotes, everything. The band's become my life, and my family doesn't understand. And in Manson's defense, I think charging $150 for a VIP, like just not even comparing to everyone else who's way more, like all the big bands. Think about it, Manson has a lot of crazy fans. Okay, so Manson's come so popular over the years. If you want extra time, talk to him, you want merch, you want a high quality picture taken, you want as many things autographed as you want to actually have the band talk to you and not be distracted by a bunch of girls like bombarding you and acting psycho, trying to get a band, then you pay because Manson's worth it. And $150 is the most well spent money ever. And of course you have to pay separate for the concert, but it's still way cheaper than everyone else. Manson actually cares. Like most people, especially kids, charge thousands of dollars to meet. Yeah, over $1,000 to meet. And I love Manson, and I'm glad I saved my money throughout the years, because even though it's like hard to go get a job and like take all the classes and be in school full time, I was so happy that over the years I saved all this money and babysitted a lot too, and like money from like relatives and stuff, so I could finally get my VIP. But if you're a fan, likes to bash people, just unfollow them randomly on Twitter for no reason and block them, especially if you're going to be a Manson fan that like has your parents buy everything for you, then I want nothing to do with you. And I think you're lazy and you don't deserve anything that you get, especially when it comes to meeting the band over and over without your own money that you never earned. My favorite ever Manson music video besides Tainted Love is Coma White, obviously, all the symbolism, the JFK and everything, and all stuff. My favorite albums, my top 5 favorite albums: number 1, Chemical Animals; number 2, Antichrist Superstar; number 3, Hollywood; number 4, Portrait of an American Family; number 5, Eat Me, Jerk Me. I love those albums. And other songs I love: Coma Black, Hinderfield, Antichrist Superstar, Cryptor Chid, Heart-Shaped Glasses, Just a Car Crash Away, If I Was Your Vampire, and Kaboom, Mob Scene, Paranor, never my favorite on Golden Age of Grotesque. All their covers, especially I Put a Spell on You, Personal Jesus, Sweet Dreams, and yeah, even love Beautiful People. But like, it's not one of my favorites anymore, but I still love it, even though a lot of fans are so tired of me. And I just have so much to say about Manson, but I'll make future Manson videos, of course. And especially, like, I want to make a long video after I meet Twiggy again and meet a few more Manson fans, Colleen and Courtney, and get to meet at least. And I meet Lainey too, first weekend of February next year. Yeah, there's something nice. Okay. Yeah, that's all I have to say for now, and there's much more I want to say. And I hope you like this video, and sorry if I went too long on stuff. But no, I'm not really sorry because I really think to say about Marilyn Manson, how they saved my life and how they're my favorite people, more than just a band, obviously too. But I'll do that some other time. Okay.